Everybody, what's going on, man? It's your boy Jay, and we is back again with another video. Okay, so this is a football video, right? But this ain't got nothing to do with HBCUs. This ain't got nothing to do with college football. But this may be the craziest high school football story that I've probably ever heard of. I never thought this would even be allowed, but here it goes. All right, so before I start, shout out to y'all. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, and share. All right, so let's get right into it. So this happened last week, and it all started on Wednesday. And this was at a high school in Arizona. They were called Sierra Linda High School in Arizona. So apparently there was a freshman football game on that Wednesday. And so during the game, the referees stopped the game and they noticed that none of the kids on the team had on hip pads. Now, it doesn't say whether or not they finished the game. I assume that they did or whatever. But so the varsity coach ends up getting suspended that Thursday. Before that. So apparently their shipment for hip pads didn't come in until the day after the game. And then on that day, the principal ends up suspending the head coach, the varsity head coach, right? So the other coaches on the team decided to protest and campaign for him not to be suspended. So apparently Thursday during after walkthroughs, they called the principal and they were still campaigning and protesting. So then the other coaches decided that they weren't going to be at the game neither. So the head coach gets suspended, and all other coaches decide not to go. So apparently the principal later on that night or the day of, for some reason they found qualified coaches and they still end up going to the game. So the coaches that the principal found just out the blue don't know none of the playbook, never seen the team before, don't know nobody on the team, right? So they still decide to bring these kids to the game. Now, it was an away game. The game was 3 hours away. I think it was in Phoenix. They were going to Yumna High School. That's the name of the high school, right? So what's even more crazy is that not only did the principal allow these coaches to travel with a team that they never coached before, the parents never got notified that this happened until 2 hours after they already left. So while the kids are on the bus heading to Phoenix, the principal sends out an email to all the parents saying what happened, or we're sorry for the inconvenience due to the fact that none of the coaches decide to go to the game, and yet the principal still signs off on them leaving with coaches that never coached the team before. Cool. And what's even more crazy is that the players did 100% of the substitutions, play calling, everything, formations, all that. So there was no whiteboard, no chalkboard, none of the coaches knowing anything. They was just there to quote unquote supervise, to make sure that they had coaches there. And Sierra Linda ends up actually winning the game. They actually won the game 23-21, and I'm pretty sure that it has a lot to do with their record, because they are currently 6-2. I think they're like number 1, number 2 in their division. They say that this is the best record that they had in about 15 years. And it just seems like the principal was hungry for a win. So while there were a few parents who had got the email while the game was going on, so they kept calling the school, they kept calling the principal. Nobody was returning phone calls. Nobody, like, none of the parents knew anything, right? So, and I think to this day, none of the parents know who the coaches were. Like, they're still trying to find out answers. And, bruh, if I'm a parent, I'm trying to find out how come the principal of the school signed off on coaches that they never met before, how they were able to go to the game and call their own plays. They call their own plays. And if I'm a parent, I don't know who I'm blaming, because for some reason the coaches decide not to go because the head coach got suspended. And what does that speak to in terms of the kids going up there policing themselves 100% of the time during the game, and they end up winning? Now, that may be a product of good coaching during the season. It could also be a product of them not needing coaches, and I don't know if anybody else should try this. Like, I don't know how anybody could copy this. Like, I don't even know if the best team in the country could try and pull something off like that against another really good team, because you would think with a good team like that, you would be dealing with a lot of egos. Like, I'm pretty sure you'll be dealing with a lot of egos, especially in front of coaches that don't even know the roster, don't even know the depth chart, don't know the playbook. They don't know anything. And all they said was qualified coaches. They didn't say anything about football coach. They didn't say anything about what type of coaching they were. So I just found that kind of crazy, because I just never heard nothing like that. I'm kind of shocked that the principal allowed it to happen. But you kind of have to wonder, because I seen one of the parents speak to the news or whatever, and they said, oh, the coaches and the parents and the community are extremely proud of these kids for doing what they're doing. Man, nigga, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, how the fuck you allow that to happen? That's some crazy, bro. That's some crazy shit. I never heard no shit like that before, ever in my life. So the fact that y'all, bro, somebody got to get fired, bro. Somebody got to get fired. Bro, how does the principal of the school sign off on the fact that y'all still have a game even without your coaches? That's some money hungry shit, boy. I'm telling you, dog. What? That's crazy. I've never heard no shit like that. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but that's absolutely insane. I've never heard no shit like that ever in my life.